Listen up here. The restaurant industry is grueling and unpredictable, just like this show, from the front of the house to the back of the house and all in between. We will turn up the heat, you turn up the volume. I'm Chef Antonio Caruana. Welcome to the Tell All Podcast, The Burnt Hands Perspective.
This podcast contains explicit and potentially offensive material. You've been warned. Now buckle up, bitches. Let's go.
Another chef in my kitchen. Another chef in my kitchen.
Now you're excited.
I am excited. So Chef Eddie Lee, here you are, buddy. Usually I go to see you at the club.
That's right.
True.
Right?
That's
and
right.
we were so fucking busy.
Hold on. Let's clarify at the club.
No. We're going to leave that a mystery.
Which club?
We're leaving that a mystery.
Because that's a lot.
Exactly. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
exactly.
it could be that kind of club.
Which club?
Money gun. Money gun club.
That's it.
No money gun.
Shocking.
Throw it in the air. Let it rain.
Chef, you
Throw the
came,
coins. Let it hail.
you drove
God.
huge distance of like 20 miles to be here.
I know. He came a long way.
Hey, I came all the way from Pungo to here.
Yeah, that's true. Because you have to come all the way this way. Okay, got it.
Let's get into who you are and what you do and why you're in my kitchen and why you're on our show, and the whole fucking world is going to hear about this because you have a unique story in the world, and that's why I want to talk to you, because we all have different avenues we go down as chefs, right? And we all end up where we're going to be, and we all have our executive mindset where we want to be or land as an executive chef.
Right.
So let's start where you are now, and then we'll backtrack. We'll do that.
All
Go
right.
ahead. Tell us where you're from and what you got going on.
Okay.
Well, I'm Eddie Lee. I'm the executive chef for the Town Point Club in downtown Norfolk inside the World Trade Center.
And this is a social club.
It is a business social club. It's where the area's elite, the influential people, politicians, everyday people, it's a members-only club. So you can see anyone from, the mayor's in there all the time. There's actually a dish on the menu, the mayor's meal, what he normally eats.
So influential people, meaning people of stature. It's not a cheap club to be in. Let's just be straight the fuck up. My sister's a doctor and she's in it. Let's put it there.
Exactly.
So she's doing better than me because I'm not in the club. I wish
You're
I
not
was.
in the club
I
yet.
sneak in the back kitchen though. I'm good. I got
Yeah.
the VIP
He
treatment.
just puts a jacket on
Yeah.
and sneaks in. That's all right.
Tony walks in. It's like, oh, it's only Tony.
It's just Tony.
part
Let
of
him
the
come
club.
in. Yeah, we do that.
So,
we have a tendency.
How did you get there from there? So that's where you are now. Backing up to your chef career. You were in the military.
Yes.
You're in the Navy. What'd you do in the Navy?
Within the NSW community, we rode around on subs a lot. Got people like her husband. Hello.
Oh, it's attacking
Got people
you.
like her husband out
Yeah.
to sea with the different dry decks on the subs and such. Swim outs, all of that great.
So the restaurant
things.
industry, most people don't know what NSW is. So Naval Special Warfare. So
Yes,
that's the
yes.
elite operators, top tier.
right.
So you were a part of that group.
Right.
Which, again, you're not a small guy. So
No,
how
I
did
used
you
to be
fit in a
bigger then.
sub?
I used to be bigger then.
'Cause you're
I
you're
had a
what,
lot of
6
head wounds.
Okay.
I think I had TBI from walking in subs.
Smashing knee knockers upside down and
Lord.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh my
all day
God.
long.
That's so
So I was in
funny.
the Navy as well. Most people know that. So thank you for your service.
You as well.
Thank us for our service. Here where the fuck we go. So she's a Navy wife
Spouse,
or
yeah.
spouse, right? That's because he's
Both.
retired though. So you still one or you're retired?
You're still one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
you went
guess.
through it. So
I
you
went
have
through
a
it.
lot of
yes.
Navy knowledge here
Packed bullet
on
wounds.
this
We're
panel.
good.
This lineup is loaded.
We are.
Anyway, so you started out. So you were in the Navy. You started out. So right away you're drinking, you're partying. You already know that life.
No.
How did you go from that to fucking cooking, man?
Well, when I got out of the Navy, got out with some injuries. So, couldn't do this, couldn't do that. So I was like, all right. And ironically, one of the things they offered was, you can go in and handle supply, or even at the time they were like trying to boost up their culinary. So, culinary food service. I was like, oh, no, I'd never do that. And ironically, here I am.
Yeah, you did do that. Actually,
I got out.
the test results are in, and you in fact
exactly.
did do that.
You did do that.
So when I got out, I needed something to do different, and I actually had the whim of Blackwater, and thank God I did not go down that route. And then fell into the culinary world. My wife's family at the time owned a little restaurant. Just watching the collaboration there and the community that they had within, it intrigued me and everything else. And then got into it, and then my tenacity took over. I started as like a nobody,
Yeah.
and got in, and then
Anyone who somebody usually does.
yeah, exactly.
What timeline was that? What year was that? Was that
Back in the 90s.
Okay,
Yeah,
so this
and,
was, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I've been in it for a while, and through one thing to another, I got into a little mom and pop restaurant, worked the piss out of us. We're talking, 80-hour work weeks, 8 a.m.
yeah.
to close.
Yeah.
You know, no
Thinking it's normal.
overtime.
Thinking it's normal.
Yeah,
Normal
exactly.
paycheck.
No
Yeah.
overtime. Everything else just beat and abuse. And then got out of that, got picked up to a country club, and liked that
flow.
camaraderie and the flow of it. And my tenacity took over. And you know, I had arrogance, but I was holding it back because, you know, I was new in the business, so I really didn't have clout to bark with.
Sure.
But when someone told me I could not have a cheeseburger because I wasn't a sous chef, well, those are for sous. I was making this burger and everything else, and a sous chef comes up and says, "What are you doing?"
It's a cheeseburger.
Making
man.
lunch. No, you can't have that. You're not a sous.
What are you supposed to have?
So,
A sandwich?
exactly, like nothing, whatever. I don't know.
It's a fucking cheeseburger.
Bread and
man.
cheese sandwich.
I mean, that
Fuck
just,
that sous chef.
You don't take a burger from my big ass. So right away, that was it. I was
Try and take it.
I am doing whatever I have to do, whatever I have to smash to get where I needed to be.
To get to a burger.
Yeah, I mean, that cheeseburger was going to be mine.
Yeah,
Period.
no doubt.
I'll be a sous chef.
And when you get it, you probably pass them around like cheeseburger
dude.
for you, cheeseburger
exactly.
for you.
I was like,
hey, dish
I
guy,
did
fucking
Oprah.
cheeseburger for you.
Everyone gets a cheeseburger. But,
Yeah, man. Fucking cheeseburger.
one thing led to another, and that was
not
it.
to cut you off. I'm doing that in my kitchen
Oh
tonight.
my God.
Nobody's getting a fucking
sorry.
cheeseburger. tonight.
Sorry to the line here. I'm so sorry.
That's it. No one's getting
Okay.
a cheeseburger.
Sorry, guys.
I know. You're going to blame
Unreal.
you. All right. So post cheeseburger, you made it.
Post-cheeseburger.
Next step.
Got into the country clubs, all that, and ironically, my brother-in-law is a chef, and he was with this group that was taking over DC, different little restaurants and clubs up there, and got invited. Met the right people, and hey, why don't you come on up?
Cool.
DC is a different animal. DC's wild, crazy. You can make a lot of money, but Jesus, Lord, corruption.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
As in any
Talk
big city,
about
though.
it. Don't be afraid.
Any type of city with that is going to happen.
Roots
though.
and money.
Yes, of course.
Or
It's going to be the
power
way
and
it
money,
is.
I should
And
say.
that one in
Exactly.
particular.
Yeah.
That one in particular. So moving on, chef. So when you're in the club now, you're cooking for about how many people? How many people are in the club? And dining now, let me tell you this. Dining is part of the perks of being in this club. So that's what got my sister, that's what got me interested in learning about it, is because that's one of the biggest things is the dining room, the facility, and that's where a lot of the socializing happens in this club. Of course,
because it's not a restaurant.
Right.
It's a private club with, dining. It's
an experience.
Events and, just different options. People, office away from office.
So the dinner time's open, typical dinner hours. They come up,
Yeah,
lunchtime.
You're open all day.
Right.
Yeah.
We're open for breakfast. One of the perks with the membership is a lot of our members get free breakfast. So we put out the little breakfast bar in the morning.
Every morning.
And Monday
Wow.
through Friday. And
Okay.
they
Before
they
work.
come. Yeah. 8 o'clock we open.
How much of that are you
8:04 they're
working?
in.
Do you have to have the split crew there for that?
I actually have a real small crew, and that I think comes from military, where within that community, it wasn't big teams; it was more consolidated, specialized operators, and that's sort of my mentality with these clubs now. At the hotels I was in, it was an army.
Sure.
The clubs, it's more of a smaller crew. I've got one guy that comes in the morning, opens it up. Thank God, bless him. Tommy's incredible. He is one of the most, dependable and reliable guys you can get.
Without Tommy's, we're fucking
without
done.
Tommy, either
'Cause
myself or my
I have
Susan
my
there.
Tommy's, if you will.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're very important, man. So
Tommy's
right the
been
fuck
there,
on, Tommy. Tommy. You know what I'm
Tommy's
saying?
been there 22 years.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of, tenure
That's
and
insane
loyalty
in a
to the
kitchen.
club.
That is insane, yeah.
The club's great for the members, but it's also great for the staff. We've
Okay.
got
Well, tell people some of the differences in that?
just the environment, the hours, the pay. Servers make really good money there. They get paid more than normal. They have a tip share where they're getting money from all the events.
Oh,
So,
okay.
it benefits everyone to, watch each other's back and take
Sure.
care of each other.
So not only is it a club for people to come in, but the workforce or the kitchen brigade or the whole restaurant, the forum, is also their own type of club.
Right.
So you guys are almost acting like your own club there. It's almost like don't get voted out of the island type of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Don't get off.
And that
Survivor.
happens. Trust me, we'll walk around like, whoa.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Yeah.
failed.
Ralph
You're
has
off
got
the
the
island.
clutch.
Exactly. It's, burn them at the stake.
Yeah, right.
It's bad. It's
So
bad.
so
It's accidents.
do you ever miss so you have you have a regimen, you have a fucking routine. Obviously, with a club, you're going to have there's a redundancy. Where do you stay creative, my man? How do you stay creative in that mindset? Now, I see, and I've always followed, and I know your stuff, of course. You have a lot of different events. You host the different dinners. You go around different things. But on a normal night menu, where does your creative come from when you know that so many of the people that have been going there for so many years like this guy, this lady likes this? Does it ever bog you down?
No, that's where it comes from. You get to know your members. You get to know that, Mr. X and Mrs. Y, they like lamb. They like this. They like duck. There's certain things that, like crab cakes. So there's one crab cake little appetizer we have on the menu. If I take that off,
like
I'll
it's a
be
mutiny,
burned.
like they're going to kill you. You're
exactly.
gone. If you go missing, we know why.
Right, exactly.
Okay, got it.
There's she crab soup, just different things that we cannot touch. And we just keep it elevated and keep it at that standard. Different things like the duck and the lamb, chicken Oscar.
So this all helps you in your ordering process, your food costs, your percentages. You can really see that's a good point
More
because
systematic.
more systematic. Yeah,
it is a business. I mean, we're in a creative world, but boils down, it is a business, and we answer to people for that with the numbers. And knock on wood, thank God. Numbers are good.
Yeah, definitely. So do you
amazing.
ever feel ostracized from the rest of the chef world sometimes? Like when you see chefs like me dealing with other chefs and being called up for different types of awards or being nominated for things, do you find yourself ever
Come
like,
on now,
shit,
win
man?
awards.
Hold on.
No,
so
you won a lot. So I know that.
We'll get to
No,
those.
but you were the man. Trust me.
No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, do you ever feel like because you're not right in the restaurant scene, you're more so in the club? Do you ever feel different about that, or is that just
Sometimes, almost to the point where if I walk in a room with a group of, if we've got 20 chefs from the area in an event, and I walk into the room, it's different. You can feel a different vibe.
because they don't really know you because they're in the club and they don't go to the club or something?
Either that, or they know of me or whatever, and there's certain, I don't know, a mystique, good and bad.
Sure. That mystique's good word.
Some people will approach and introduce, and some people won't, thinking, "Oh, he's cocky or he's whatever." No, I'm not.
What I think a lot of
I'm
them
in
don't
my
understand
bubble.
because of the how eclectic that the club is, right? With the echelon that it's at.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people understand the level you're fucking cooking at every day because these people have a very high expectation. And if you decide one day you're going to act like an asshole, now they really know it because they know you. You have a high standard. You don't just have customers walking in, they have a little bad experience, they go home. You get bitched at, complained
Every
at.
day, yeah.
I'm sure I can just imagine, bro, how people can be like, he didn't put the cream on the left side of the plate like he typically does. You know what I'm saying? I could just imagine that just based off of my experience, with regulars, let alone day-to-day redundant.
Like in restaurants and such, like here, I know that you get the certain people that that they don't want this or substitute that or whatever and everything else, and we'll definitely take care of that at the club. We have to. I mean, that's what we're there for. We're their amenity.
Yeah.
And sometimes the extremeness of it, you know what? It's like the penguins. Smile and wave, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and I say that so many times in the kitchen. And my sous chef, I love him to death. He's worked for me for a long time. We've been buddies forever.
Is his name Tommy too?
No, he's a Tommy, but we call him Zoe. And Zoe is just like, what do you mean he wants everything separated? What do you mean nothing can touch?
Really,
it's
Zoe.
Here we go.
But that's the clientele you deal with.
Yeah, right. So now when you get inspired, you do a lot of stuff. You do a lot of dinners. You're talking about the awards you've won. I know you're decorated. That's why you're here. I don't really like to talk to people who don't know really what level we're at and talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's-
Yeah.
So we have a really good relationship because of it. We understand each other well, and so does a lot of people in this industry. You have a lot of recognition dinners, meaning Anthony Bourdain type dinners. What other chef dinners do you represent?
Yeah, the chef's tables. A few years ago, we started a chef's table supper series, and we did every month. Exclusive. We wanted something to give them that they wouldn't catch anywhere down Granby Street, or just go anywhere and say, "Oh, I can have this down the street."
Yeah.
So we did a chef's table supper series and started it off with Anthony Bourdain, a tribute to him on Anthony Bourdain Day, and did a very ambitious 15-course menu on that
Very
one.
ambitious, yeah.
Knocked it down to about 12 for service. Still 12 courses.
That's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it was one of those afterwards. It's like, kick me in that freaking
Yeah,
head.
just the
if I do
mise en
that
place. The
again.
mise en place alone for that.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Is enough to talk about. And,
Yeah, my
and-
dish stewards were over there like, how many plates?
Yeah, right.
But we keep it like at a baker's dozen. So it's 13 people. They're paying a high, a
higher
nice
ticket.
price for it. But it's worth it. I make sure it's over worth it. I'll take a hit on the food costs but the margin's still there. But I'll take a hit on food costs if I can give them that experience.
Sure. So you do different chefs. So you did Bourdain. What other chefs have you done?
We've done Bourdain. We've done one for Julia Child. One for Charlie Trotter.
Sure. Trotter dinner was good.
Trotter was awesome. He was more fine dining, little tweaks, and brought the tweezers out. All the microgreens.
Yeah.
We've done James Beard. We did one. You'd like this one. We did one playing off of Sopranos when Sopranos was coming back out and everything, and did Artie Bucco.
Oh, nice.
That one was actually a really good one.
Was that what was your funnest one? Which one did you like to emulate the best? Which one did you feel more comfortable at home doing?
Actually, we did one for last year or a couple years ago when Something in the Water came. So we did Something's in the Water, seafood dinner. And that one was really, really good. That we had some really fun play on, got some different product in that we normally wouldn't carry or the members normally wouldn't order. And it was
so we have you have some B-roll of this stuff. You have pictures of these images, and we're going to show some of that stuff and let people see it. But
really fun dishes too. And I mean, you also do a lot of community events, a lot of charity events, because I know you work with like Peter Decker, like you've worked with a lot of those people.
We've done the Decker Foundation, all that for St. Jude's before. We used to raise a lot of money for them. We've done like monthly, we do cocktails with a cause.
Yeah.
We have one tomorrow night, as a matter of fact, but we do those where we raise money for different things. Like the SEAL monument, we raised
you did that too.
Raised a good amount of money for the SEAL monument.
Yep.
That was awesome. And then going to the opening ceremony, your husband was there, and him and I were sitting across from each other, like waving each other, like hi. And I was able to take my son, and he enjoyed it. And he's in the midst of some of the most badass men and women because they support, but the badass people in the world were there, and it was hot as hell that day. But Mark and I were like, "How you doing, sir?"
Yeah, we're good. We're here.
Yeah,
this thing has been built.
So what about so it seems you have a lot of, if you were to go to the celebrity chef thing and be inspired by them, I noticed you do a lot of things with Bourdain. I'm just asking you your take. What was your take on somebody like Anthony Bourdain? What did he do for you or anything like that?
Bourdain, just with the attitude, the straightforwardness.
Yeah.
Love Wolfgang.
Sure.
Wolfgang, he's held, our ages combined, and he's still doing it. He's still walking in and touching the lamb and touching the food, the product, and telling people no. And it's chefs that are in it.
Yep.
Not the, I've met the, we won't say his name. We'll just give you his initials, Bobby Flay. But beyond cocky.
Yeah.
But back it up. And then I've had people that competed with some of these chefs in different events. And at the end, like I had a friend beat Bobby Flay, and he reached out to shake his hand, and Bobby pulled back and walked off.
Oh God!
The hell is that?
It's not. It's not.
It's not.
I don't act that way, so I don't know what that is.
Exactly.
I'm
just like, geez, okay.
But, so the Bourdain thing for me, I loved the show. I loved, like you said, the attitude and all that stuff. The only thing I didn't like was when I got into his second book, when he was kind of felt like he was just kind of like demoralizing people for coming into our industry, which kind of threw me for a loop on that time. And I kind of lost it at that point.
Right.
So I stopped following at that point. A lot of people were going to look at me and say, "You know what the fuck you're talking about?" Listen, dude, I do know what I'm talking about because I can. If anyone partied more than that fucking dude, it's me.
You. Yeah.
And I didn't even. And that's a fucking fact. So you can talk about it all you want to. Some of us lived it. So that's the easy part. Growing up in this industry, if you didn't party like that back then, you're probably still not in the industry.
You didn't hear Bourdain say anything about Bucatini.
No, you did not really. No, exactly. What you can do with a pin shot. But it all goes down to, the chefs I liked that I get inspired are the ones I learn from the most. And to be honest with you, there's two chefs, celebrity chefs, let's call them celebrity chefs, that kind of inspire me. One of them is really, I don't know if people remember him so much, but Alton Brown. Mm-hmm. One of the best shows on TV. You learn so much from that dude. Phenomenal. Yeah. He's great. Teaches so many tricks, tips. He's the inventor of the fucking hack. If anyone's hacking, it was him. He
was the original TikToker.
So, with that being said, we had that, and then you got to love Jamie Oliver, man. That dude is just whipping out shit daily. Right. He's got his own channel. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can make specials every night. He's got a damn TV show about it every day.
Yep.
So I'm thinking to myself, you know, these guys are constantly either have a writing team or a research network out there to get this or something, which I don't have, unfortunately. Right. I just go off my own, you know, flavors and stuff. So being my own chef in my own restaurants allows me to create and work with my own palate. Do you have that luxury? Do you have that freedom at the club, or do you still have to maintain an expectation of someone else at home?
A little of both. I mean, like when I hire people, I tell them in the interviews, you're going to see everything from fried chicken to foie gras. Nothing too trivial, nothing too bold. We've got some members that come in that they own, and I cannot exaggerate this, they come in 5-6 days a week in a row. And they'll go in the cigar lounge. You know, we're blessed to have a nice, really nice cigar lounge in the club. And, you know, we've got a clientele that goes in there. And there's a couple gentlemen, they come in there and they'll order the same thing over and over. It might be chicken wings. It might be the shrimp. It might be, you know, the garlic
cigar food,
shrimp.
Just
like
every-
appetizers.
One thing.
Sure.
That's what they like.
Yeah, exactly. And they come in there religiously for that. And others come in and they're like, surprise me. And that's cool.
So you get both ends of the spectrum, yeah. But you do specials. I mean, you do specials all the time, so it gives you at least a little creativity. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So you get an outlet.
Right.
Now your buffets are amazing. What do you do on Thanksgiving, man? That's my
yeah.
Thanksgiving, again, back to the club being a good environment for the staff. We're closed on Thanksgiving. We're closed on Black Friday.
Oh, wow.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
I don't go shopping.
They actually
I
get the
sleep
holiday.
in, you know.
Yeah, right on.
Ginger's online ordering, so I'll see Amazon.
She's spending your
Sure.
money and doing it.
You love that, baby.
and
Today's
she's
the day
amazing.
too. It's Amazon Day, and it's something
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that.
Oh, yeah,
today-
it is.
And what's
Yeah,
the scary?
certain
I'm
days.
here. She's awake. She's at home. Oh, Jesus. Anyway.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: what do you have coming up? I know you have the big chef, the festival, Chef Fest.
Yeah, in
Is that-
March, like she was talking about, we do different things supporting different charities or different backings and such. And in March, looking way ahead, but they plan it so well. Easter Seals, they're doing a Chef Fest. And we're talking about getting 15, 20 chefs, trying to get you in there.
Yeah, we'll talk more after. We'll talk more after
He's,
these
like, he's
messages.
trying to get you to commit like now.
We'll talk more after these
recorded.
on camera.
Nope.
But no, we're getting 15, 20 top chefs around the area and do just
cool.
a Chef's Fest, and it's for the Easter Seals. They're doing this culinary program for challenge students, young and old, teaching them how to cook. And it's
That's cool.
really, really cool. So the videos of things, we're actually going out there here in a couple of weeks to work with them. And, you know, it's cool how they want to learn and the attention to detail they have. And if they mess up, you know what? They love it. You know, it's not a mess up. It's okay.
More
I'll learn.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
more
fun.
fun.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we had Chef Tony from Chicago come down, and they do similar things
Sure.
in their
Right.
community. So
Yep.
for you to create
Yeah.
that in Virginia, like there really hasn't been things like that. So
Right,
that
and
one will
that's-
be really
that's
fun.
coming up in March. So, you know, save your date for that. We're looking at 400, 500, 600 people for that.
Yeah, that's gonna be
That's
great.
amazing.
Keep me in a loop on that. I definitely want to be part of it.
That'll
we'll
be
be part
fun.
of it. Maybe we'll even go there with this. And
Yeah,
do
we
something
can
there.
actually do
We
the
need
show.
we need an MC.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yep.
Try to
know
point at
anyone,
me.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
MC,
saying.
KC.
Yeah. Preferably in
We've
red.
worked together
Who knows?
before.
That's right.
We've worked together on cooking. I actually cooked with you.
You did a cooking
So-
show.
Most people don't know that. I actually can cook.
Yeah,
So you had me in
the
your
one thing
place
about Chris-
cooking with you.
Like, you were the only person I know that can take and get 25, maybe 26 hours a day. You know, I mean, you were the most productive lady in the world. Family time, this time, personal time, get your hair done time. And still,
I gotta keep up with her, dude.
Yeah, exactly. And then,
You
by
don't
the
have
way,
any
I'll
hair.
come and do your, I'll come
That's
and
why.
do a cooking show for you. You know,
Yeah.
and we did a healthy
Well, it's
cooking
only because
show.
you asked me, and we support our friends in the industry, and we knew each other from
Yeah.
the restaurants in downtown Norfolk, and
And it was
so, yeah,
never a
it
no.
was fun.
I mean, it was never a let me
Yeah.
see or whatever. And you know,
We had
she's
a
in
blast.
there, and exactly. I gave her, got her a chef coat, and she's like, "Oh, I need to pick it up early. Why? I need to bedazzle it.
I needed
really.
I need to take that
Yeah,
shit
it
in.
wasn't
It
a
needs to be
normal-
fitted,
yeah.
snatched.
Yeah, yeah.
I
cut
need
it.
to go
Yeah,
boxy
yeah,
chef
yeah,
coat
yeah.
on. I can't
Sure.
look. No, I gotta look snatched.
So on the what you're talking about with the Easter seals and the special needs, we're saying I'm working on something quite unique myself with the Virginia Gentlemen, which is another
Right.
type of club.
Yeah.
And we're working on doing a gardening thing where I'm going to produce a garden with these people as well. I have a daughter who's special needs as well, and she's going to head it up and be the
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
the thing of it all. So it's to give her something to do. She's 21 years old, and we're going to really work on this. So we're going to plant a lot of basil, a lot of herbs, a lot of produce, so we can have the special needs people growing these and learning how to cook them, and also bring them to my restaurants so we can have actually farm to table, if you will, grown to table.
One of our members actually have brought you basil before because
Yeah. So Alan, he's a great guy. So we have a lot of fun with it. Now, you're in the trade center, right? So at the end of Granby Street is shadowed by a T, and down is my little restaurant. And I'm always looking up there every time saying, you got the best fucking view in the city.
The best view
Yeah,
in the
you look out your kitchen.
The balcony, we've got the huge curved balcony right there that overlooks Bush and Town Point Park and all
harbor,
that.
the harbor. So you're looking over the USS
All the
Wisconsin
boats.
right there.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
So
Nauticus.
we've got the when Harbor Fest is there. That's right there.
You have a front row seat to
Oh, yeah,
everything.
beyond.
It's, a
It's
beautiful
inspirational
club.
cooking, though. So sometimes when I come in here and I'm by myself, I look around and just the bustle of people out here in here helps me get creative, because I'm just thinking those people want to go somewhere. They want to eat somewhere. That's what, in my mind, that's what's happening. They might not even be fucking hungry for all I know. But in my mind, seeing that gets me into that zone.
Yep.
So if I was in your position as well, I envy it when I look out and I see that bustle of the city, because here you are, a chef, kind of overlooking the city that you're chefing in. And a lot of those people don't even realize what's up there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't even realize what you're doing because of the type of club that it is. So when you see people coming into this industry, let's get to that. You have a small crew, which means you have a more refined crew, which means you probably have a bigger pool to pull from because you don't need so many of them. So
Side note, we are hiring.
Well, we
who
can
isn't?
talk about that. I know. Well, yeah, everybody.
So hiring people now, that's where I'm going with this. When somebody walks into your place with a job interview, dude, are you getting the same thing I am sometimes, where they're showing up and they're not even prepared to even look like they cook or anything like that? Is this something?
Without question. We've been in the business long enough to where you can read people, and I never judge a book by the cover, but sometimes, damn, the cover is just so ragged. You can judge it.
You got to judge a book by a cover sometime when they're walking into your fucking kitchen dirty.
Yeah.
So that's cover number one. That failed.
Yeah.
So, and if their backside of them is dirtier than the front, then the backside of that book failed. So what do you got to do now? We have to listen to the bullshit in between?
Yeah.
Why do I have to even go past that? If you're going to walk into my kitchen dirty the first minute, and I mean dirty, I don't even mean dirty, I mean disheveled.
Yeah,
Right.
not put
I'm
together.
that articulate.
Yeah.
If you even walk in my kitchen disheveled, or if you're wearing a chef coat, I don't like that. I don't like people walking in my kitchen through the doors, not the kitchen so much, but walking through the outside doors
Right.
with a chef coat on.
Right.
You're not going to impress me with that. That to me is disgusting, because you're not walking into my kitchen with that chef coat on. I don't know what the hell you did outside them doors. You know what I'm saying? You could have laid on it to change your fucking oil on the way to work. I don't know what you did. So why would you be in my kitchen with it? So to me, that shows that there's not a lot of etiquette. When I would go for jobs, I would bring a garment bag and a chef roll, period. If they show up to my kitchen, they don't even have a chef roll, bro. What is happening? Is there a lack of expectation out there that I want to bring back? I want to make sure my goal is to bring back the old school driven etiquette. of
Mine
a
as
kitchen.
well. There's got to be a fine line somewhere with that, but it's like you said before. You like coming up in the game and everything. We wouldn't do that, and if we did, we got corrected in a way that we will never forget. Not
And if
to
we
do
try
that
and do
again.
that now,
it's oh my god, I'm offended. Oh, I'm triggered.
well, the bottom line is, well, they quit. That's the thing. They quit. They walk out and quit. So it's not even a matter of getting in trouble. It's not even a matter of Me Too and all that bullshit. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit about that. That's a whole nother story. But when you walk in here and you say something to them and they fucking quit, that's worse than getting in trouble or getting written up. That to me is worse when you just quit on me, because now you give up. You're such a pussy. You give up already. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm seeing more than anything. It has nothing to do with being woke or hurting someone's feelings. It has to do with the fact that they'll just fucking quit. Like they got nothing else going on. There's so many other options. They're gonna go back home and play fucking goddamn their game, whatever they do. And what happened?
I've got an interview coming up later today. Later on,
Give them
this
hell, man.
afternoon.
Come out of here fired up and tell them right away you're a fucking pussy.
Come on over and be like, we'll double tap.
Yeah,
we're
two
bad boys.
chefs.
What the
It'll
fuck
be
are
great.
you?
Yeah,
Who-
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Who are
Yeah.
you?
You look damn near 30.
Exactly.
But it's the whole Me Too movement and the thing in the chef world, bro. To me, is crazy. I can't speak for any other occupation.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know what goes on in Hollywood. I don't know what goes on in the rap music or the rock and roll music shit. I don't know what goes behind them scenes. But I know one thing. Okay. When it comes to the Me Too movement in the kitchen, famous chef got hit with it one time, Mario, all them guys. And I just don't understand why people just don't say, hold on a second. You walked into the same fucking party I did, ho.
Yeah.
Or dude, or whatever the fuck you are. You walked into the same door I did. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden, 10 years later, you're a little upset because your tits were out or you were doing coke off the table and you got caught or whatever the hell it was.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? That's you were there. So that Me Too thing to me is absolute bullshit. You can literally destroy somebody now with no evidence, no proof, and no accountability.
Right.
So 9 times out of 10, these people who are going to do this, their accountability is fucking shot or not even existing. You just say, oh, he touched me on my ass. Yeah, I did. You know what I do? I do it all the time. We fuck with each other all the time.
Everybody on the ass.
Hell yeah.
It's equal
How's it
opportunity.
going, bud? Good game. Black.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
good
saying?
game, exactly.
You know
Good
what I mean?
game.
We do this shit all day long. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is. It's a kitchen.
Yeah.
And it's a kitchen. And if you offend people and piss them off, there's nothing you can do about it because
this is not for you.
the problems don't go away, man. And you can be as woke as you want in the kitchen, right? But it's not going to go away. The problem doesn't get any worse. The weeds are no different now than they were 20 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
How you fucking deal with them, though, is different, but it doesn't change the problem.
Right.
So if you don't handle the problem right now, problems are not forgiving. Problems are not woke. The problem doesn't slow down when it's in the middle of a fucking grease fire and say, hold on, everybody, let's not offend anyone. Let's burn slower so they can get a chance to grasp it. You know what I'm saying? No, you say, get the fuck out of my way, you asshole. What did you do? You push them out of the way and you put the fire out. Next thing you know, they come back 2 years later that you pushed them, beat them up, broke their morals. This is what happens now.
Right.
I
Not
would say
here.
pussification
I'm
of the
not here for
industry. That's what it's,
I'm here.
boiled down to.
I'm true grit. Bring back the bully. In the
Yeah,
kitchen.
There's
Fuck
a
it.
couple of the chefs I apprenticed under were old school. Like the one chef, Chef Harper, he was the first American to graduate the Culinary Institute of London in '67.
Oh, wow.
So like he would be pissed off right now because my sleeves are rolled up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, is that
That's why I
nature.
cut mine off.
There you go.
For real.
Beating you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
just like he would bastardize you if you did anything. Like you had to be the epitome of immaculation to work with
Sure.
them. And
I know
if you
chefs
did
that would be
wrong,
mad at me for having my name on my
Yeah,
jacket,
for
stuff
real.
like that. So there's
No, talking about jackets, how many talking about hiring and all this? God bless them, bless their hearts. The culinary students that are coming out,
sure.
some are great, some are awesome. They're going to be great in the industry, and we're going to be lucky to get some of them. Some of them need to go be a florist.
Bro, you know what though? Let me
Earn this jacket.
Let
You
me
just don't
correct,
get this
but let me
jacket.
cut in on here. This goes back to our industry, man. That goes to the same reason as fucking. There's. This is why we have so many. It's delusion. It's diluted. It's diluted. So we have. If you have 15 schools in a region, if you have 5 schools in a region, right? How can one of them be better than the other when the fucking professors or the teachers or the chefs that are working them are also 5 or 10 or 15 once you have 2 or 3 in a class? So when you're bringing in all these people to teach these people, you're diluting that as well. So once you have all these schools going on, now you have to staff them with all these people. So at some point in time, the quality of what's going out to the student is just as detrimental as the student themselves, right?
Watered down.
So if they're not getting, if they're getting a watered down version of this and they're coming in our kitchen, it's not
They're
only
not
their
ready.
fault, right? It's the industry's fault because those people most of the time cooking don't want to cook anymore because they want to stay home on the weekends and watch football. I get it. Okay, I get it. But that's why you're in the school now.
Yeah.
So how are you going to teach somebody less than what I'm going to teach them in a week and then we get mad at these students?
Yeah,
I had a student come in here as a thing and he was sitting back there within 30 minutes to an hour. He was sitting in the back. He ordered chicken from across the street right there and he was sitting in the hallway during service on his phone eating chicken sitting on the floor.
Yeah, that's not good.
Sous chef at the time fired him right away, sent him down the road because he needs to learn. That's not how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I am with you. I'm with you that students coming through aren't getting the proper training.
And that
And
is
that's-
definitely
that's a problem.
factor of it.
So I think the industry as a whole needs to stand the fuck up, man. You know what I mean? Not just the ones we can
Everyone
easily
keeps
blame.
on blaming. I know in different podcasts you've already done, you've talked about COVID, but COVID is not the excuse. COVID is not the crutch. COVID's gone. You know, it's
over.
Yeah, stop using that as an excuse. Stop saying, "Oh, I need this, I need that." Oh, COVID this, and no, man up, buck up, shut the fuck up and get up.
And get up and do your thing, man.
Do your job.
Do your thing. You can't create, you can't be inventive, and you can't do all that stuff if you're not willing to buck up and at least go to work first. You gotta have a passion in this industry. I love this industry. I love you being here. We are running low on this time because I could talk to you all day about this shit.
Oh yeah.
But let's get together. I want to do something with you on this Chef Fest thing. We want to come over there and check that out. We definitely want to be part of that. And then we can continue these conversations on all day long, dude.
Oh, yeah.
So
You know what I mean?
where
So-
can people find the club too? So tell everybody where
Well,
you can find
the
the club.
club is inside the World Trade Center at 101 West Main Street down in downtown Norfolk.
Just look up.
Yeah,
Pick a window.
just look up. A big curved building, can't miss it. If you are interested in membership, talking about tenure and such, Kim's our membership director, Kim Holt. She's been there 21 years.
Wow.
So she's the lady that handles all the membership. She really makes the club work. We're the amenities. We're the back burner.
Well, we all
You're
have
a very
our part,
good
man.
amenity, so
Yeah,
we
we're-
appreciate
yeah,
you.
We
exactly.
all have our part. And I really look forward to seeing the B-roll. You got some beautiful work, Chef. You do some great platings.
Appreciate
Yes.
that.
You're very articulate with your platings. You're very articulate with when you do these chef tributes.
The chef
they
tables
come
and
out
such.
really well. The chef tables look
Yeah,
really
we've
well,
got,
right in line.
We've got the Wickedly Dark Dining Affair coming up here in a couple weeks.
Nice.
That'll
So
be
good.
fun.
Oh, yeah.
That'll
And
be fun.
he'll make me churros whenever I come in
Churros.
fresh because he knows
Churros.
that's what I want.
I love it.
I even texted her
Every
last
time.
night. You want churros? I wouldn't say no.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
say no to it. I mean,
right.
I'm not going to say no to a churro.
That's right. No, being in
Churro.
this industry, I mean, we're, it's more than a job. It's more than a career. It's a lifestyle.
And it's not going nowhere.
And
Nope,
it's like
it's
being
not.
a military spouse. You got to have a chef spouse. And my wife Ginger is awesome about supporting me and getting the normality of my hours and such. I can come home super late, or if I come home early, like the other night, she's like, "What's wrong?"
What's wrong with you?
all right.
And she's hot. So cheers to
There you
that,
go.
buddy.
There you go.
Lost gas. Okay, well, listen, Chef, thank you very much. I'm going to salute you here real
Cheers.
quick.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
And like we always say about now, ciao for now. Check us out. And thanks for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button. Smash our subscribe button, people. All right, thank you.
Smash it.
Thank you, Chef.